Good morning. It's a good morning. It's there's no sunshine. We're overcast, but we're about 65 degrees and it's comfortable out here. It's nice. It's a good morning. Um, I was sitting here just minding my own business, having a smoke. And we do a lot of joking around when we talk and we think about the next generation, like our kids and our kids' kids. So it'd be my kids, my grandkids, and everything like that. And we think about, the priorities that we have in life. What are my priorities in life? What are my children's priorities in life? Because they're always different, right? My priorities in life were not what my parents were. My parents' priorities were not what their parents were, and so forth down the line. My children's priorities are not what mine are, and grandkids won't be what their parents are. So I guess it's a matter of what really matters. When you're talking about priorities, what really, really, really matters in the world today? Or let's just say in your life, in my life, your life, what matters, and what doesn't matter? What doesn't matter, right? Like, it doesn't matter if you have the most money. We're financially driven, a lot of us, to always got to make more. And then when you get more, that's not enough. You got to make more, and you miss so much. I know at times I've missed a lot because my attention was elsewhere. I don't have to be the richest. That doesn't matter, honestly. It doesn't matter. I don't have to drive the most expensive truck, the most expensive car, I don't have to ride the most expensive bike. I don't have to smoke the most expensive cigars. And I don't. Again, it doesn't matter. This is a priority. These things don't matter. I don't have to have the biggest house. I don't have to have a trophy wife to put in that house. That doesn't matter to me. And the old saying that we've heard 100,000 times is the guy that wins the race is the one that dies with the most toys. I call BS on that. Because just about every single thing here that I have said has been a monetary or financial or something to do with has to do with money, right? And I've said before, you can take everything that I own. You can take take the house, take the cars, the truck, whatever I got, take it all. I can always make more money. But what can't I do? I can't replace what? I can't replace the things that matter. We just said all the things that don't matter. Well, what matters? What matters? Well, I'll tell you what matters. The love of family. In my case, it's being the best husband and the best father that I can be to Darlene and my girls. That matters. That's priority. That matters. What else matters? Well, your usefulness to your community. Your usefulness to your community. Are you that person, guy, girl, that just sits at home, goes to work, comes home, sits on your couch, watches TV, gets up, eats your dinner, goes to bed, goes to work, comes back and does it again? Or are you out there within your community? And I don't mean like you're out there running politics, right? But just a little bit of helpfulness within your community. You know what? Do some volunteer work at a community center. Do some volunteer work in an addiction center. Do some volunteer work, minimal stuff like that. We're not talking, 40 hours a week. We're talking 4, anything. Anything you can do to help your community. What is something that we hear all the time? This goddamn community's gone to pieces. This neighborhood's crap. You can't blame the government for everything. You can't blame, the hoods for everything. If the community has gone to crap, it's probably a good part of that is the lack of community service of the people within that community. Like that or not, that's the truth. What else matters? Well, the acceptance and love of others. The acceptance and love of others. And that means people that are different, not the same as you, We're not going to go down a racial road here, and that's not where we're going. But I will welcome any single person. I don't care if their nationality, their creed, their color, their language. I don't give a damn if you can speak English. If you can't speak English, I don't care. If you want to talk to me or be a part of my life or you want to be involved with my channel or anything like that, we welcome it. We accept it. But not just on the channel, but I'm also talking about in life in general. There's in the trucking industry, it is very, very, very much very heavily impacted by multiculturalism. There is a lot of different languages, a lot of different colors, a lot of different creeds, a lot of different religions. There is a lot of all of that in trucking. And you know what? There's a lot of prejudices and racism as well. But if you can weave or swim that ocean and you can get through that and you can put those differences aside, I found some of the coolest people that I know. Some of them are very good friends of mine, and I'd run down the highway with them any day of the week. And 10 years ago, they were riding, we were riding horseback across the desert in a different country, and here they are driving truck today. And they're great people, and I got no problem with that. So the acceptance and love of other people that are different than you, that's what matters. That's something that matters. Be a trailblazer. What matters? Be a trailblazer. Blaze that trail. Being a trailblazer isn't easy, right? There's always an element of risk. The first guy through the door always gets a bloody nose, and that's just the way it is. But you look at most trailblazers are usually the toughest guys or girls out there. Why? Because they've had the most bloody noses. They go through that door first every single time. Be a trailblazer. Always, always, always get to the top of that mountain, right? Go for the top of that mountain. But what's important, right? What matters? Yes, be the trailblazer. Reach the top of that mountain. But once you get there, what do? Is it natural for you to stand there and throw your hands in the air and yay, look at me and I'm awesome and fantastic? It might be easier to do that. What's the thing in life that matters? You know what? Once you reach the top of that mountain, turn around, look down, hand out, and you help the next person to the top of that mountain. And then there's two of you. And then you know what? You reach down and help the next person. Then there's three of you. Then you have a party on the top of the mountain, and you all become trailblazers. Anyway, you know what? These are the things in life that matters. And if you're a young person, and this is confusing you of what I'm talking about here, I think you probably need to desperately reevaluate your life and look at what really matters to you. Because of everything that I've said here is very straightforward. It's very simple. Anybody can do this and understand this. But if you are any way, shape, form confused by what I've said here, you don't have a clue what matters in your life. And you maybe need to take a look at that. You guys have a good day. We'll see you down the road.